Hey guys, so I'm still wanting to come back to filming in natural light, which I think you guys have noticed. This is my bedroom, so usually we film like in front of that cart that has like greenery, etc., which I like, but whatever, we're just trying out this. So we'll just keep trying out. Maybe like the next one can be like more my bed. This is more like my bed and my dresser type thing. Anyway, so this is a continuation of our Sephora haul. I will probably have another clip later on. I picked up a foundation that I want to share with you, but these are some updates and some purchases. So I mentioned these NARS matte lip balms, and I originally started with Intimate, which I really liked, and then I picked up Unrestricted, which is a pink, and then Brief Encounter, which is quite a popular shade and probably the most me shade. So let me show you swatches. I have other ones on here as well. So this is Intimate, Unrestricted, and Brief Encounter. Intimate and Brief Encounter look very similar. Intimate looks just like a slightly lighter version of Brief Encounter. They're both really pretty. I'm having a hard time deciding if I want to keep both or just one. Unrestricted is a color that looks really pretty in the tube, but when I put it on, it just looks like my lip color. So, you know, it doesn't really do anything. I'm not trying to amplify my natural lip color. It's like not my favorite. So I personally think I should only be keeping one of those. So we'll see which one it is. The NARS lip gloss, or not lip gloss, the NARS oil infused lip tint in Orgasm. This came in a kit with the Dr. Brandt sunscreen. It's the Vacay All Day. If it's still available, I'll link it below. This was something I was interested in trying. Since it was full size in the kit, it made it super worth it. And I love this. So I had also hauled the Rare Beauty, their kind of like glossy lip balm. And I said I was gonna keep it. I ended up returning it because this is what I'm actually looking for. So I had a sample of the Rare Beauty, loved it, picked up the full size in a different color and was like, I like it. It's nice. It feels really good, but not this. If you guys haven't tried these oil-infused lip tints or lip glosses, whatever these are, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's so good, guys. It's how I wish every lip oil would feel when something is like marketed as such. It's how I wish every lip gloss would feel. It is so, so good. And there's another shade, Reef, I would be very interested in, but this is Orgasm and it has, you know, that kind of like a gold with the pink, but it's super pretty. And I actually think this leaves like a tint on my lips. When I wear this alone and I like see it fade throughout the day, I still see the color. So good. Cannot recommend this enough. And then while we're on this like NARS lip product train, I wanted to share these with you. I've had these the longest. I've had these for like a year maybe. And it's the Afterglow lip balms. And we have Laguna, Marbella, and Baja. This is the one I probably purchased, I'm guessing at full price or like at a discount, you know what I mean? And then these were in a kit. So these I think I got on sale, but these are also so, so good. So there's the gloss and Orgasm, and then these are the Afterglow balms, Laguna, Marbella, and Baja. Also good. I am so excited. Like, I have so many NARS favorite products at this point, and then these lip colors. Like, do you see that? Even that? Whew, how that like gold catches? Beautiful. Okay, I mentioned I was going to pick up the Huda Beauty lip contours. 2.0. Okay. I remember she had lip liners before. I did not pick them up because that's like when like matte everything was in, and I was like, I don't know if I really, you know, need to go that route. But I think these are just all nudes, it looks like. I picked up Honey Beige and Sandy Beige, thinking I would just keep one because the tones looked very similar. Just wasn't sure which one would be the one I'd want to keep. I'm keeping them both. They're both so good. This is Sandy Beige and this is Honey Beige. They're both, I just love them both. They're like my kind of colors. It's a little yellowy, peachy nude shades. I have one of these on. I don't know which one, but don't know that it really matters at this point. I picked up another of the Melting Lip Clicks in Cotton Candy just as a backup. I really like this color. I have a little bit of this on today too. We have it all on today. What else do we have here? The Inky List. I got their Oat Cleansing Balm. Big bottle. Seems to be very popular, making the rounds. I've seen it on TikTok. I've seen it on YouTube. I love cleansing balms, so I figured this seems to be a very popular one, so I grabbed this. Okay, another thing I mentioned I would purchase was another of the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Smoky Shadows. I love Jungle so much. It's on the waterline, it just does not disappear. And I also like using it as an eye base. So I picked up Earth. Earth is pretty. It definitely stays on the waterline for me, but when I use this as an eyeshadow crayon, like as a base, I don't know that I like the way it blended out. I don't know if it was my eyelids or what, but I'm keeping it because I like it for the waterline and when I blend a shadow with it. But just using it as a straight up like eye base, it was not my favorite. It keeps the eyeshadow on. I just didn't think it was like very even when I blended it out. So there's that. And then I picked up the eye pencil in Ivy, and I really like this. It's I wish it were a little more of a reddy tone to it. It definitely just looks kind of purple, but almost like a black purple black. So I use it to line my waterline. I also have it in my waterline mixed with the other one from the Earth. So Jungle's the one that I've had for quite some time, and I really like that. Earth is new, and then that's Ivy. I mean, I like all these shades. These are so Aqua Resist. It's like ridiculous. Okay. All right, next up, we already had the Melt Cream Blush Light in Sandy Cheeks. I picked up Honey Thief, and I was like, I'll just pick the one I like better and keep that. Guys, the formula here is so good. I'm just gonna keep them both. Which one do I have on? I have one of these on today. I think I have Sandy Cheeks on, and I have it very subtly, just here, and just like a little bit over my nose, but I think it's really pretty, and I really like it. I've been like fighting this area of texture for weeks now, and I think it's from mask wearing, but then when I wore that Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop for like 2-3 days, it like made it even worse, and I'm just like slowly but surely getting rid of it. I don't know, I was just pointing it out in case you guys are like, it's not the blush, that's me. So Sandy Cheeks Honey Thief. This almost has this like really pretty like neon baby doll look to it that's really pretty. And then this is just kind of like an everyday. Sandy Cheeks Honey Thief. Similar, but different enough that I'm keeping. It's so bad. Okay, more updates. I had showed you guys this Danessa Myricks bronzer in the shade Light, and I was like, oh, I don't know if it's going to be too warm. It's not necessarily too warm. It's warm in a way that when I apply it, I like the way it looks on my face. But I had also picked up the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I got it in the mini, and I got it in a shade that's like a deeper shade. This is 6.5 because I wanted to use it kind of as like a bronzer contour. And I think I prefer this, like if I'm gonna go for something warm, I prefer this and this formula. So these minis are they like only $15 or $16? I might be making this up. I don't wanna make this up. The pricing on these is like really good though, if you are never going to finish the big bottle. Like I feel like I'm never gonna finish the big bottle, and I wish I would have waited, but these have been released way after the initial release. So that's the Charlotte Tilbury, and that's the Danessa Myricks. So I just kind of prefer the way this looks, the way it feels. This is very silicone-y, which is fine, but like I think if I were to try and wear this like a few days in a row, I would probably have a situation because my face doesn't like it. Doesn't like dimethicone. Okay, last but not least, I have talked about many times about how I do not like purchasing 2 shades of a foundation to make it work for me. And I didn't do that in this case. I just picked a shade that I think is better suited, because I just buy like my winter shade and I'll add like a bronzing drop, the Drunk Elephant bronzing drops, to anything that I feel like needs that. Usually I never let myself get so tan that I can't wear that foundation. I can usually bronze up my skin or get it to match my neck, etc. But if I can't, then I'll use the Drunk Elephant drops. So I have been using 2.7 Vellum in the Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte. And I mean, look, I'm using it. I enjoy this. I put it into a cushion. And I've mentioned that it's just a hint too dark. It's a little too peachy. So I picked up 2.5. This is what I have on the skin today. This is like perfect match for my skin, and I'll show you the difference. This is just peachier. That's 2.7 and this is 2.5. So vellum and linen is just a much better match for me. I love this foundation. I only justify purchasing it in another shade or the right shade because I reach for it so often. Like when I don't know which foundation I want to use, I generally reach for this because it works. It's been staying really well under a mask, which is another huge reason why I've been using it so much. But yes, it is what we have on today. Is that it? Oh, here's another thing. So, I purchased the Olaplex number 8 Bond Intense Moisture Mask, and I mentioned it, and someone was like, are there like silicones in this? And I was like, I don't know. I just, you know, it does. It's the second ingredient, and I'm like, do I want this in my hair? I don't know if this has been put up yet, but I have a vlog where I talk about how I had run out of all of kind of like my good hair stuff, shampoo, conditioner, and I ended up using things that had like sulfates, parabens, phthalates, all those things that like we are all supposed to be avoiding in our hair care and skincare. But I'm not saying I am pushing one thing or another, but for my hair, not having those things in my products makes a huge difference. And I go into like more depth in the vlog where I talk about it. So now I don't think I'm even gonna use this. I'm just gonna return it. The Olaplex number 3 though, the hair perfector, I don't think that one has dimethicone, and if it does, it's very low on the list. And yeah, so I'm not gonna try this unless this gets like insanely great reviews. Like I could repurchase it obviously, so we're just not gonna use this one. Okay, so this is not the end of the video. I have purchased a Givenchy foundation. I had samples and I wanted to pick up the full bottle. It's so beautiful. And I have something that Sephora didn't include in my first order that they're sending soon. So hopefully that comes in like in a few days and we can just finish off this video and be kind of done and move on from the Sephora sale haul content, yeah? Okay, some very quick updates for you. Returning the Makeup Forever in Earth Jungle, still recommend this one. Looks great in the waterline, but just really, I don't know what it is, how it doesn't work as like an eye base or eyeshadow. So I keep trying to use it and every time I'm kind of like, so this is going back. The NARS Soft Matte, I had the 3 colors, right? Intimate, Brief Encounter, and Unrestricted. Unrestricted is going back regardless. After using Brief Encounter and Intimate for just a few days more, I've decided I'm keeping Intimate because it's what I have on the lips. It's built up and can look like Brief Encounter, whereas Brief Encounter I think is just slightly darker than what I would reach for like regularly. I actually did try the Inculus Oat Cleansing Balm just as an eye makeup remover and I didn't really like it, which is not surprising because most cleansing balms don't really work that way for me. So I still have to test it out as far as like facial massage, etc. So I like that it's in a tube and that makes it like easier to use, but we will see. The texture, it's like not as like silky and oily and smooth as other cleansing balms I've used. It has like a thicker texture, so I'm trying to like figure out if I like that or not. This is the Huda Beauty Micro Shade. It's the tiny, it really is the tiniest eyebrow pencil I've ever seen. And when I'm watching reviews on it, it's like very torn between they love it or they hate it, and it's for the same reason. I love it because it is so tiny. It really makes, when I fill in my brows, it looks so much more natural and more realistic. Whereas even like before this, a micro tip would still, you can see the hairs looking a little artificial if you got really up close, but this, you can really draw in hair-like strokes. This is the most realistic hair-like stroke I've seen. It would rival maybe a really good microblading pen. And I've just found that people who do have thicker brows, this is an annoyance. It takes them forever to fill in their brows. So a lot of people tend to use it for like the inner corners, which makes a lot of sense too, but I absolutely love this. I just feel like this is something I will run out of quickly because it is so small and because I do go through eyebrow pencils really quickly, but I love this. Okay, lastly, I have this Givenchy foundation. It's the Prisme Libre, okay, ugly sounding words when I'm saying them. I have mine in the shade 2N150. I had gotten a sample in like a previous order and I really loved it. And I've been seeing really good reviews for it for people who prefer this kind of foundation. It's so like skincare feeling. It has really beautiful coverage, but not a lot of coverage. I would say you're at light medium. I wouldn't even say you have medium. I have it on today. I've been wearing it a lot And what I found is that it actually does really like well under a mask because of how kind of silky and beautiful and glowy it goes on. You would not think it would be able to withstand mask wearing, but this, I mean, set it with a powder. I just think it's really, 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 really pretty. If you liked or wanted to like the Chanel, hold on. So if you wanted to like the Chanel beiges, like I love this stuff, but you either found like you couldn't get enough coverage, but you really like the way it made your skin look, I think you would enjoy this Givenchy foundation. I also just generally, Givenchy is like a brand that I don't buy a lot from because I don't find that there's a lot that appeals to me, but I just love their packaging. I love their logo. I think everything about it is so beautiful. So the logo is here, the logo is up there. Even when you open it up, like right at the top of the pump, everything is just so beautiful. Okay, so the lighting changed drastically when I did that, but oh, so pretty. I love it. Okay, so it has a really beautiful finish, but your skin still kind of comes through. Like I still needed to use a little bit of concealer here and there, but overall, right? It's always the overall look, and the overall look is really beautiful. It doesn't catch on dry patches because I was using retinol on top of a moisturizer on and off for like a week, and I was definitely peeling, and a lot of the foundations I typically reach for were not. It was like definitely enhancing that, and like whatever, I'd have to like take my makeup off and start over with this foundation. Ugh, if you have dry skin, I think you really, really will love it. And if you have more aging skin, mature skin, or drier skin, this will like do really beautiful things for you. I think it would also be a really great thing to mix in with other foundations to give it more of like this kind of a look. Yeah. Anyway, those are the updates. I will see you in the next video.